Thierry Henry was part of Arsenal's best ever Premier League squad and won 2 league titles and 3 FA Cups with the club. And obviously we all know about the season where they managed to go invincible. And Henry was a major part of that. But in the last few seasons, they've looked to get back to the top and win their first league title in about 20 years. But in back-to-back seasons, they've fallen short to Manchester City and Haaland. So, in today's video, we're going to experiment with Henry in this current team. Would it have been different? Would they have finally won the league? So, we've added a prime Henry card to the current Arsenal squad to re-simulate the 23-24 season just to work out, would it have been any different? We are in the career now, and look, when we go over to the squad, the team looks a little bit different because we have a 91 rated Henry sat up front. And look at those stats. 95 pace, 92 shooting, and 89 dribbling. We've made him 24 years old as well. And some of these in-game stats are absolutely insane. He's got 95 sprint speed and acceleration, 94 ball control, 95 finishing. I could go on for this for hours. His card is honestly just that good, and he fits into this team so well. There's always been criticism maybe about the striker role, and we're going to give him a go up front. Even though he's down as a left winger, he can play both of them very comfortably. We found a video on YouTube to make him look as realistic as possible, so this is the best we've managed to get. And as you can see, his value is almost £250 million. So Henry is ready. The squad is ready. We're not going to do any signings. We want this to be exactly the same squad as it was last year, plus the GOAT of the Premier League, Thierry Henry. Before we get into that though, the important bit to note is if you look at his contract length, he only has 1 year left on the contract. He has 1 year to see if he can win Arsenal their first league title in so long and finally beat Man City to lift in that trophy. This is going to be the only game of the episode that we actually properly attend and watch, but it is the first game and silverware is on the line. I want to see what Henry can do before we start simming into the season. Against Man City, can he get the better of Haaland? We're going to have to jump into it and find out. I need you guys to comment down below though, how many goals do you think Henry is going to score in this season? We can include this game as well if he gets on the score sheet. How many goals in all competitions do you think Henry is going to score? Grealish has found Gvardiol inside the box. Now we can't let him shoot on either foot. Oh no, we've gave away a penalty. Jorginho has blocked Gvardiol's shot, but using his hand. This is not the kind of level that Henry wants to be playing with. Jorginho, what? Oh my god, it's horrendous. But fingers crossed Raya can hopefully save it. Who's going to come out on top? Ah, it's so close. He went the right way, but not quite saving it. And Haaland goes 1-0 up in the Haaland v Henry first battle of the season. 35 minutes into the game and Henry has still barely had a touch of the ball. Arsenal were completely being dominated. Something's going to have to change. Otherwise, it doesn't matter if we have Henry up front if we can't find him. But this could potentially be the opportunity. Rice carrying it forward. Henry in behind. Here we go. Great little skill pass. Can we find him back though? Okay, it's a bit more promising though. He showed a bit of the flair that we know he definitely has. Haaland is through. It's just him versus Saliba. Saliba's done well. And here we go. Henry on the ball. He's found Saka. We need more players in support. Erdegaard's joined as well. Not a great pass. We've managed to find Saka again though. And look, this is the issue. Everything's so slow. We're not able to actually progress the ball very quick. Jack Grealish out wide now against Ben White. And he's absolutely spun him. Oh no, this could be dangerous. He's in the box. He's backheeled it to De Bruyne. Big save from David Raya. We definitely need to respond soon. Otherwise, it's going to be out of our reach. De Bruyne with the cross. Haaland! He's got his second of the game before Henry has even had a shot on goal or a touch inside their box. It's an embarrassing performance. The only good side is, at least it's only the Community Shield and not in the league. Because if we play like this in the league, we're going to finish worse than Arsenal did in real life. And that now should be game. And it is. Henry was absolutely nowhere to be seen. But he was given absolutely no support. After that embarrassing performance against Man City, we are going to get all the way to January and see how the squad are doing, but more importantly, how is Henry doing? Is he having a season to remember, or is it just failure after failure like that Community Shield game was? First game of the season is a 2-1 win. We then go away to Palace and we get another 2-1 win. Obviously, we don't know who's scoring these goals. Henry could already be on 4 goals. We don't know. We're going to have to wait until we get to January to really find out. We're unbeaten in the first 4. We then go to Everton and thrash them. And in the Champions League, we're picking up the form as well. But that's the big one. We've even managed to beat Tottenham. Oh my God, we are on an absolute run. We have made it to the 1st of January. So let's go over to the Premier League. Obviously, it's the FA Cup. We haven't played a game in that yet. The Premier League, we're in 5th place. We are doing so much worse. And to make it worse, Tottenham Hotspur are top of the table. But if you look at that, we have scored 35 goals, which isn't actually too bad at all. So maybe Henry is having a good season. But if we check the Champions League as well, how are we doing in that? We've made it to the round of 16. And we also went and won our group. That's not too bad at all. The group was relatively easy, but you still have to win those games. In terms of stats, the moment of truth. I'm going to press square twice and we're going to find out how many goals he has. That's once. Oh my God. Okay, there we go. 21 goals and 9 assists in 29 games. And he's also gone up to 93 rated. He is not underperforming at all. He's averaging an 8.5 in the Champions League. If you play career mode, you know how difficult that actually is to average an 8.5. A goal a game with 4 assists in the Champions League and 18 goal involvements in 20 Premier League games. The other players aren't doing too bad at all either. To be fair, Saka is being a bit poor, but Jesus is doing alright. Erdegaard's doing alright. Everyone's doing decent, but Henry is definitely carrying. It doesn't look like Henry is going to win the title on his massive return, but he is having a season to remember. And if we sim to the end of the season, I am excited to see what his end of season stats are going to be like. Because if they ended like they already are, it's not even a bad season at all. So let's jump to the end of the season and see how Arsenal do. And let's have a look at Henry's final stats. We've had to stop this sim because I got an email saying Henry departure. And if you read that email, he is going to Manchester City at the end of the season. I'm so glad this is only a 1-season challenge because we would be screwed. Haaland and Henry have stopped having their beef and battling each other, and they're going to link up. Obviously, remember, it was only a 1-year contract, and now that there's 6 months left, clubs can approach him. Man City have, and Man City will have Henry next season. That is an absolute joke. We just managed to beat Sheffield United 7-1, which is the biggest result of the season. Surely, can they get their revenge, though, in the Cup? No, they can't. 8-1 over 2 games is absolutely embarrassing. We have absolutely just embarrassed Tottenham and Chelsea in the same week, basically. We've just made it to the end of the season, and I went off the calendar to go and check the league title and, start the end of the video. But we've been introduced with this cutscene. I'm going to press play and see what happens. Player of the season. I mean, I'm assuming there's only one man in the team after looking at the January stats. Oh my God. It is Thierry Henry has just won Player of the Season after coming back out of retirement for 1 year. I'm not sure if it's going to say his stats or anything like that, but he's got the trophy, and that is absolutely massive. When you look at that, though, we are in the FA Cup final on the right-hand side of the screen. But if you look at the top left, no one's happy with us at all. The board absolutely hate us, so we must have not done too well in the league. Let's have a look. So, FA Cup, we managed to beat Liverpool on penalties. That is massive. What about the Premier League, though? We came 4th. It is disappointing, to be fair. They've been battling the last 2 years, and we just regressed them. But we did give them one last season with Henry. Here we go. The big moment of truth. How many goals? So, get your predictions down now. I'm going to give you 5 seconds or so before I reveal how many goals he got. I think he was sat at 19 or so at January. what about at the end of the season? We got to one final. We know that for sure. He got, 52 goals in 56 games. Look at every single competition. Carabao Cup, a goal a game. Premier League, over a goal a game in the Premier League with 10 assists. 39 goals and 10 assists in 38 games is absolutely insane. The Champions League, 10 goal involvements in 10 games, and the FA Cup 5 in 5 with a final still left to play. We do still have one more game left to play. It is the final, the all-important game. We are going to sim it because that's what we've done the whole season. We don't want to cheat on the last game. We'll keep the tired players in. Why not? It's on beginner, but I don't think that makes a difference for sims. Let's have a look though. What can Henry do in his final game ever for Arsenal? Can he win them the FA Cup? He can't. We lose out to Rodrigo Haaland brace, but Henry did get a goal in that game. So even though Arsenal couldn't win, Henry still did his part, and that's, by the looks of it, what happened the entire season. How many teams can have a player score 39 Premier League goals and not win the league? That is impressive from Arsenal to bottle it, even with a man getting 50 goal involvements in the Premier League. But that is where we're going to leave it for this video. If you have enjoyed, make sure to hit like, hit subscribe. Thanks for making it this far if you have. But if you have made it this far, make sure to let me know down below, what player would you like to see next? We could do Rooney at United. We could do Beckham at United. There's so many players available. Just make sure to let me know down below and I can get that sorted for you. But until next time, thanks for watching and goodbye.